Yeme Ohuma Afakuma Kaswa Onashe J Namacha.
You can get married anytime.
So the 90 rule that
there's no 90-day rule for marriage. You can enter the US today in the morning and marry in the afternoon.
Okay.
You can marry the next day after entry. The requirement for marriage is that you must go to the municipal court in the county where you live with a valid identification. Pick up, you can use your passport. It has to be valid.
Me will be a kwaba original channel, so yes, I have a train come said a brevia mono. I am who dear Cosono. I had a channel with you. I Ghana for to kwaba America, especially no near my own ya, obe here or the bebo who buy a immigration sense sama air cost of being a the Shawana Shamano and if you're not on Pesa Ubia and yasa information or did to know for said or Chinabi on Koda Amanimu. And we are a lawyer back, and I a program be brave, but one of the best lawyers are now what any crime the flyer not so now there so no share who my reading trade be able for say grown yedi you are not playing you mean business my reading trade when ya Texas nko o hwem or Texas na baby a hwem ya my reading kakra bi ncho de ma me so ma ba akopɛ 10 best 2025 law firm client satisfaction American Institute of Family Law Attorney so award ni people ni say yagani we dey feel gadochi enu ni yene ne ba betwetwe nkomo uhia ensem bia e ba immigration ensem a no afre no mentra anye mese odi agro waso be yehye enya agro na Trump odi he's really serious until free lawyer na or the number betuja na location baby a out of state crowd dey free no first hand information or the be ma ya na for sene boy dey ne boy nya din bia sa o free na ono bedi enkomo no achiro de ya nema kwa nso no wasum badwo oye maame oye batan into otimama obia nti no onhwe o meyemfa nkofie sa e bra o genuine case o kan correction na obechiro udi sikachi a osobeyehye onji bebre nti no ye de beko enkomo no ye ba bedi enkomo B1 B2 e visit no e visitor visa no eno na Trump immigration no o change mu subscribe brave mu normal one dey ya mu jane sako and dey bibre na come with krata ntin but we dey ye dey ma just visitors no krata ona ba be pre so ba be chele ntin pre krata dey o dey ye dey but obi mu a if you dey waso ahye wo fie no ntin no ba kra krata na be o da ba ye adwuma ntin no ye ne ba be twetwe nkomo kakra sa 90 rule na ewom no say obe ware no time be na be ware say sa ne ma no ntin no ye ne mo nkomo ye ma hu nia eko subscribe na nkomo yi wadamfo bi nya bi ye de to a on first person lawyer ye mo akwa ba oginya me channel so
thank you.
Good. Thank you so much for your time. You say you abon komo so many topics about immigration no sa na ma na ni nyina udi ho akotenenti no. Ye da sese nyame adom. Me say ya pe wa chen so no. When I'm enti e san ba twetwe nkomo bi. Good. Say bi aboko. Good. Dedicans mama congrats award we there. It doesn't come easy. Yeah. And then some we din komo about immigration issues here. I mean say we my update kakra de course so dey betimi aboy ho ban aja Trump en fe nkofie cause the journey dey echi no ano e shepa enti no. You best start with B1 B2 no. Visitor visa no. And no na say changes no kakra eko mu pass and other ones and fire start kakra sa 90-day rule no sa na me ready ye say bia oba ye de visa na mawa oba first no be di 6 months after 90 days no betimi aware and na betimi ayi apekrata no sa na tie ana say 90 day 3 months 3 months they say na aware and they atonsi omo.
When you get your visa and you get to the port of entry, whichever airport you get to, now you're in the hands of customs. Customs can decide to give you 2 weeks to stay, 3 months to stay, or 90 days, 6 months to stay. But generally, the 90-day rule that I see on social media is not a fast hard law.
Okay.
It's a almost like a rule, but not a law.
Yeah. So
in the sense that when you arrive and you are allowed to stay for 6 months or 90 days, whichever way, and you take actions that are inconsistent with the purpose of visit within that 90 days, then it's construed to be a misrepresentation.
Yeah. That's before the 90 days.
Yes. Okay. So let's say you said you were coming in for a conference in the Sheraton Hotel in Houston, Texas. Now you arrive in Washington, you don't come to Dallas at all. You don't even show up at the next time you are seen in a African market working, packing boxes working. And all of this was seen within 90 days of entry. Straight away, you lied. You've misrepresented information. The purpose for which you said you were traveling is actually not consistent with your stay. And all of this happened within the 90 days of entry. So it's not a law for sure. It's not a law, but it's construing the purpose for which you actually intended to stay in the US. Generally, that's what it is. So yes, you can come into the US, and you have to be bold, especially when you get to customs and the officer asks you, what are you doing here? How long do you want to stay? Some officers are very nice. Some officers are not nice. But then all these people read into your attitude, your actions, the way you behave. So if you are jittery and you are scared and you look like you are sweating and you are shaking, obviously they will know there's something wrong. Detain you and ask so they'll detain you. I had a client that came to the US for a visit, stayed here for 6 months, did things that they were not supposed to do, and left. Now after they left, they decided to return, went to put things in order and decided to return, coming to the US. Now upon her arrival, she was not comfortable when the customs officer asked her, what are you coming here to do? She was just the whole time, and I'm going, like she couldn't just give a straight simple answer. And so the officers pulled her aside, took her to the interrogation room, picked up her phone, scrolled through her chats, and realized that she's been chatting with an employer. And when I come in, I want to work on this particular day, and when can I come to your house? I'll use an Uber. Can you pay for the Uber? How much will you pay me? All those things. It was on the phone. Yes.
So they will
yes, she was sent back immediately. Immediately. There's no waiting period. You'll be sent back immediately. Exactly. So when you are traveling, you know the purpose for which you are traveling, and you travel according to the purpose for which you are traveling. So you don't travel as a single person and then have chats with someone in the US as a husband or as a wife. It doesn't make any sense. So you have to know the purpose for which you are traveling. You have to educate yourself on the category of visa you are coming in with. People come in with all kinds of visas. A1 visas, A2 visas, G1, G2 visas, B1, B2, F1 visas. All of these categories have their own rules. So if you do not know, seek advice. Now there's internet everywhere, there's AI everywhere. You can ask and check, what kind of visa do I have? What do I have to do? What can I do? What can I not do? And so when you get, I'll tell you another I have so many stories, so many examples. There was this gentleman who came into the US with a G2 visa. A G2 visa is a visa for a diplomat, which means that you are entering the US to perform diplomatic duty. I don't know what went on before getting the visa. I was not part of it. I have no idea. All I know is after they came into the US, and I had to take over from there. At the port of entry, they're asking, what are you coming to do? He says he's coming for a conference. How long is the conference? He says it's a 1-week conference. Okay, after that, what are you doing next? Because you're a diplomat. You are not subject to the rules of the US. You are representing a sovereign nation. So what are you going to do next? He just opened up easily and said, I'll be working for my cousin, and my cousin has a store, and then from there I think I'll do some few courses and then I'll go back. Really? You can't say those kind of things. So you should know the category of visa you have, what you can do and what you cannot do. Oh, he even went ahead and told the officer that he might want to get a green card because he knows his visa can get him a green card. He just has to see a lawyer. Yes. So you see, it depends on what you are coming to do. And also you asked me a question about marriage. That if you enter the US
90 days before you can marry, or if you come the next day you can meet somebody at the store and say, hey,
you can get married anytime.
So the 90 rule that
there's no 90-day rule for marriage.
You immediately get your visa, you enter America. If anytime you want to marry, you can marry.
Yes, you can get married the next day. You can enter the US today in the morning and marry in the afternoon.
Okay.
You can marry the next day after entry. The requirement for marriage is that you must go to the municipal court in the county where you live with a valid identification. Pick up, you can use your passport. It has to be valid. Pick up a marriage license. Pay for it. It depends on every county's fees are different. You pay for it, and then you can go to a marriage officiant or to a pastor or anyone who is properly designated to conduct marriages, and then you can get married. There's no rule saying that, there's no requirement saying that you have to get married after. No,
because that's what I thought, if you have to wait 90 days. So now that they've changed it from 6 months to 90 days, so what are you going to do? Will they know?
So to the best of my knowledge, there is no change, because I have seen evidence of people coming in with 5 years visas after all these rumors started and have been given 6 months to stay.
Oh.
Yes, I have seen it. Yes, very recently. So I don't think there's anything like that. There are too many people that are bringing out false information, and which is getting people scared unnecessarily.
Yeah.
It's true that people get 3 months, people get less than 3 months, but people are also getting 6 months.
So if I stay here 3 months and I didn't go, I met somebody, get married, the status, will they change? Are they going to know that, hey, you're supposed to go back? Why didn't you go back and you getting married?
Yes. Yes. Immigration will know that you were supposed to leave and you didn't leave. That for sure they will know, but that doesn't affect the marriage.
Oh, okay.
You can still go ahead and get married. Like I mentioned earlier, the requirements to get married is a valid identification and find a spouse who is ready to love you. Because you can't go to pretend to have somebody to love you. Once both of you agree to live your lives together as husband and wife, and then you have a valid identification, you go to the municipal court, get your marriage license. I can tell you this for a fact because I've done it. So you can even get married to someone who is not present. You can marry by proxy. Or you can get somebody else who will stand in your stead. You can also get married in detention. In immigration detention, yes, you can get married.
Detention.
Yes. Yes.
That's a can't maybe.
Yes,
able to talk to.
It's possible. You go there and you get married. So which means that you cannot get the marriage license yourself.
Okay.
So initially I mentioned that you need to go to the municipal court with a valid ID, both parties, and get the marriage license. But if you are in detention, you cannot go get the marriage license yourself. So there is an affidavit to waive your presence. They'll bring it to you in detention, you'll sign it, you notarize it, it will be sent back to the municipal court with a copy of your ID, and then you can, every county is different. So you'll have to check with the county in which you live and the courts or the designated places where marriages are allowed, and they will tell you exactly what you need to do. But yes, you can get married anytime.
When you are in detention and the detention center and you get through the marriage stuff and everything, so you change your status?
No, so, it doesn't change your status. Getting married doesn't change your status. It only changes your
marriage. Green card.
So if you had a legitimate relationship and you were in a relationship with someone, talking with a person, you proposed, and unfortunately you didn't get to get married and you were caught, you can go ahead and get married in detention. Because you can establish the fact that you were in a legitimate relationship prior to the person getting into detention. Yes, it's possible. It happens all the time. And then you can go into detention, get married, submit all your paperwork to prove that your marriage was bona fide. Because you need to do the bona fide marriage exemption. Because there's a presumption that if you are in detention and you get married, you are getting married only for the purpose of getting a green card. But it's not always true. So this presumption, you have the responsibility to rebut this presumption by providing a lot of documentation, evidence, affidavits from your family and friends, photographs together with each other, joint bills, anything that you have, life insurance together, anything that you have that shows that that connects the two of you together. And there is no one cap fits all. Every marriage is different. Every relationship is different. I've had a situation where two parties, they are from Indian nationality. They are not supposed to live together whilst they are courting. And one person gets detained. There's no evidence of living together. All they had is pictures and affidavit from family and friends. But then they got approved.
Oh, okay.
So it depends on how you put your packet together. Exactly.
So if I'm married in Ghana and I'm here, I wanna get married, do I have to get a divorce? And I'm going to say
so if you get married, there are so many types of marriages.
Okay, so you feed like you didn't do the court, you did the traditional one,
like engagement.
Yeah.
So that's considered marriage here in the US, and you can even file divorce.
Engagement marriage certificate
true. Circumstantial evidence. So if you are my client, I can prove it.
Okay.
Because when you get married, there's so many things you do to let me tell you for a fact. If you are married and your spouse is in Ghana, and your spouse in Ghana comes to the US and wants to prove that I'm married to this gentleman, we can prove it. But if you are just using it for whatever purpose you want to use it for, there's no way another third party will know. There's no way. If it's customary marriage, they wouldn't marry. Some kind of Muslim marriages too, they wouldn't know. But if it is marriage under the ordinance, yes, for sure, because it's registered. So yes, it can be verified. It can be verified. And if you are married in your country, Ghana or whichever country, and you come into the US, there are rules for which you can divorce. You can't just enter the US and get divorced. For Texas, you must live in Texas for a period of 6 months
before you can divorce
your spouse. And you must be living in the country you want to file the divorce for a minimum of 90 days before you can file a divorce. Even though you are here and your spouse is in Ghana, if you have children, the children are in Ghana, it doesn't really matter. We can have the divorce done here. If your spouse is not in agreement, we can serve process to your spouse through the Ghana's legal system, and then you can have the divorce done here. But if your spouse is not in agreement, the judge in the US does not have jurisdiction to make any orders on the children in another jurisdiction. All the judge can do for you is to divorce you. That's it. The judge in the jurisdiction where the children are living has the right to make orders concerning the children. You understand the difference? But yes, it's possible to get a divorce here. There are some states like New York, you have to stay there for a minimum of 2 years before you can file a divorce. There are some other states, 6 weeks, 60 days, 6 months. Every state is different. State law is different. But I am licensed in Texas, so I can say for a fact that Texas is 6 months. Exactly. And then you can have a divorce.
Lawyer Elisa Kumadey and Kasa, one of the best Texas immigration lawyers anything, just contact. He'll give you advice, anything that you need. Said obe protecting one sana akoye 2 liters me huyanka na akachi oye Ghana ni oka mese ntino ani no onene ebonko ma afre na obeti ne ma chiro no abo anso nti lawyer se waware wa America ena wako Ghana why marriage certificate bibia wako Ghana ena wako hia kanchima bi na ne na wo onene hwehwe ho oni bibia ena asamaba se eba se omu prove marriages oniema omoche oniemi wanye wo ebia ne ko wo Ghana bibia aka ene ye che oniema o properties wo marriage no ebusuafo de omo ya oye ne ho ade bibia ofi batoni wankoko tanko yesa yi no otimi o ho kwan oniema na o abrochi otimi begibisa.
Yes, definitely, why not? The US recognizes customary marriages. Yes, and there are customary marriage certificates as well. So once the family acknowledge that you are married and the person died with or without a will, you can have parts. So if the person died with a will, the content of the will be probated and that will reign. But if the person didn't die with a will, the interstate succession law in Ghana will prevail. But the law cannot come and decide what is done here. So we need to go to the probate court here. For instance, the person has a house in the US and has a house in Ghana. The probate court in Ghana will determine the property's distribution in Ghana. The probate court in the US will determine the landed property distribution here. But the court in Ghana can make decisions on money here. Because it's not a static, it's not landed property. So you have a car, you have money in the bank, you have life insurance. The court in Ghana can make decisions on it. And the court here can make decisions on it. But the court in Ghana cannot make a decision on a house in Frisco, Plano, Arlington. No.
Why?
Because the jurisdiction, it is landed property. So it's under somebody's covering. So that person can, because money is, you can move it around, transfer. So that one,
assets like land and mansions.
Exactly.
Cars.
So those of you who have properties in both Ghana and the US, and you are not sure how to go about estate management, I think this is a good time for some of you.
I know you do.
One thing is that Ghanaians, when you talk about wills, not Ghanaians, Africans in general, when you talk about wills, you're going to be dying soon. But the thing is, death is inevitable. Every one of us is going to die at a point. So it's something we should all be prepared for, or be preparing for your loved ones. So getting a will done is a good option. Getting trusts set up is a very perfect option, depending on the properties you have and depending on the tax implications. And there's certain things that are better done in a particular way, and there are other things that are better done in another way. For instance, if you have a business that you want to live for a long time, you don't want family members to destroy it, you put it in a trust. It's better than willing it to an individual or willing it to one single person who you are not even sure what the person will do with the property after you are gone. So it depends on your needs, your properties, where the properties are located, what you want the properties to achieve for you and your children. So everyone should have it, because if you should not have a will, your properties will be shared in a way you might not like it.
So I have house back home in Ghana. Mere Ewaha and Mako Ghana. Something happened. And you know, it's my wife part of the properties in Ghana. No, Nidini so Medina also. Maybe Kranuni, maybe a Uye Crampo no say Bia.
So these are two different jurisdictions. In the US, specifically in Texas, if you are married and you own property, whether your wife's name is on it or not, it's for the two of you. If you like, go and hide and buy it, no problem. Go and hide, buy 10 plots of land, buy 5 houses, file a divorce now, 50-50. Whether her name is on it or not. Texas is a community property state.
No,
you can't claim in Ghana here. In the US.
Okay. Say a land, no, say property no had there, you can. But Ghana there,
no, you can't claim in Ghana here in the US.
Okay. Say a land, no, say property no had there.
Yes.
But Ghana there,
Ghana, you can go to Ghana, but based on the rules in Ghana, if the person's intention for purchasing the property did not include you, most likely than not, you might not get a share. But there's new information and new rules in Ghana now coming up where you cannot transfer property without your spouse's consent. So you buy the property, all right, don't include your spouse. You don't include your spouse, you can't transfer it, you can't sell it, because you need express consent from your spouse, unless you specifically state that you are purchasing it by yourself alone. Exactly.
Good. Diname channel. Yani lawyer Elisa and I kasa or Dallas say na. You have a new immigration laws be how to take care of yourself, protect yourself. So nya sama how to go about it. Ebi on kasa nesa na police puliwa nesa na manafo self status nya. E hon sense bansa na ebe kono me mo ya we so DFW ana so pepe didia Angie Winners Kitchen say wato a food truck intino baby aduan no bia no ba be yama no setting up nice one pa oneneka oba be yama Mr. Asari Asafo market ne maame no this weekend Saturday ya enomoye divine crazy intino kwa wo ho na nye yare na adwuma na wakwa support ofa Asari ono akobeye watena ha che one of the community elders ne bintino me nyina yankoboa na onkra ne maame achikra Divine Grace Arlington here Coleman Association DFW omo national gala no ewo ha se ya omo program be Friday Saturday Sunday ya onso no okwa support on say the support community no obia de no Cynthia na Slatan omo so white and gold boat ride and also 30th Saturday no marina intino auto ticket na offer the number na on fly no na onso no wakwa GB na onso no o de ajojo ho ye adwuma sa o hia mre na onso o de take time kakra na onso no wa chele kakra ko sika oji nyina no obewu eja ho nti odi bia enonso muaku omonso omo annual gala no 11 October almost the shisha so Hilton Evin haya intino emre ho announce akwa support on say they support ubia Ghana Fest 20th September the shisha so kuga Arlington here Vandergrift Park intino emre ho ana akwa boom anti comfort brefo ne papa no mo ye Methodist 13th September Calvary Methodist ya the park rules so Arlington here intino emre announce akwa boa no cause okonkro for the intimo yan boa no anti aba Asafo eje ono so ne papa no nyimpa 100 years intino celebration of life no the shisha so 20th September intino ufri kuga ne ba na enyimre no ode ne de no so akwa no na eja se de tisusu wa ha no okwa no atro din kama se de to a obi so ba betro ne din se de bobo ya ono ntino nkaibo e ho no munyina mo nhye no so na munyina mo koboa community se de bo bia ne ntino ya de ye nkomo no eba wi ye nti final part ne na lawyer be kasa na wa kire ha na so person kra ho a any immigration law be se ohia no na eja onso de tu ho fo na de ahwe ho so ye lawyer ye da se wonyamre amaye na ye cough no se for abo ye ba eberane apa no any bia person de kan ho bia amaye bia information bia no se endorse immigration sem de they should come and pay man disiketia obewu na sika na da ho betia kakra bi obehwe sam na ma obedu fie fi de twa picture to WhatsApp na ye ho ye wahi because onso okrom ha bio wa kura sika ya ma Trump do akodi fie na afi de twa picture na ubofu ye ntino be hu na man kakra ndi na ono so enye de onbo na America de ko heavy nyina America ni o tena ho as lawyer then they be try to the person kaka mu be about immigration issues new one be Trump de aba ebe ni bia.
So many new things are coming up every time. Immigration has now become so unpredictable that every day new things are happening, different things are changing. Things that I didn't used to see before, now I'm seeing them, like people getting arrested at court hearings, people getting arrested at interviews, immigration interviews. It didn't used to happen, but now it's happening. So there are so many ways to go around it. If you have a court hearing and you are not sure what's going to happen at the center, you don't know what is in your file, you are not sure what you're going to be meeting, it's best to request for a copy of your file, see what is there.
Oh, yeah,
if you are,
that's where
yes, if you are not sure, or let's say you are sure but you are not certain what exactly what is going to happen, you can request for your hearing to be done through the WebEx internet. So you are not going to appear at the court for ICE to come. You don't know what is going to happen. Exactly.
So the Trump
there are so many. I have a situation where a client went to court, filed a very frivolous, I wasn't the attorney, filed a very frivolous asylum application. That's my opinion. Once they look through your file, realize that you didn't even complete the form properly. You signed it, you didn't attach any evidence, the information doesn't even make sense. It looks frivolous on the face of it. Immediately it will be denied and you'll be ordered removed.
Oh, no second chance.
No. Nowadays, yes, I've seen it happening now. It's happening where people go for interviews. If you have a criminal background or you've done something in the past and there's an arrest warrant on you, you are not sure about, or maybe somebody mistakenly used your name to do work or something and got into trouble without you knowing, you appear at the interview, they'll pick you up. So every situation is different. Now things are happening in very strange ways. Before, people will file an asylum application, wait for 150 days, start filing work authorization so they can work, get work authorization, get social security so they can work. Now it's different. You file an asylum application, within 2 weeks you get acknowledgement of the application, within 1 month you are scheduled for interview.
Wow.
They are sweeping out the chaff.
System. Yeah.
It wasn't like that before. So you can't sit here and say, oh, I don't have a relief, but I hear people are filing asylum. Let me also file asylum so I can get work authorization. Now, no. You'll be called for interview in the next 1 month. And if your case is not a genuine case, you are automatically putting yourself in removal proceedings, which means you are time bound. You are on a time bomb.
You can blast anytime.
And if you don't have a relief, it's going to be very difficult for you to be able to remain in the United States. There are so many reliefs, but when you get to the immigration court, you are screened differently. The applications are not many. If you've lived in the US for a minimum of 10 years before you got the court letter called the NTA, notice to appear, you're eligible to file certain kinds of applications if you meet certain criteria, like the cancellation of removal, which is not available with USCIS.
Oh, okay.
So you've stayed in this country 10 years, you've not done anything wrong, immigration hasn't picked you up, you can't file that kind of application with USCIS. No. The only way you can file it is if you are with the immigration court, unfortunately. But then you have to make sure that you meet the criteria. So there are different ways
of going about it.
Indirectly, sometimes I see situations where if you are in the immigration court, it's a blessing in disguise. Because some applications that will not be available for you with USCIS, you have them available in the immigration court. And most of the judges are very nice people. The nicest group of people you can ever get. They are not mean. They've seen different kinds of situations.
With the black, maybe if you go mean.
No, there are black judges. In Dallas, there are black judges. Just Google it, you see. There are male black judges, there are female black judges, there's white, orange, different colors. But they are just fair. The rules are the rules. They don't look at your skin color to make decisions. Because there are black lawyers too that will fight, right? So it's not about the skin color. No. If the rule says you get into the US legally and you decide to cross the border, automatically you are mandatorily detained if you are caught. It's mandatory. Mandatory detention. So you are caught, you are put in removal proceedings, you are with the detention center. You are going to stay there until a decision is made. And if you don't have a relief, you are going right back home.
So how long do they stay in the detention center?
Someone who has stayed there for 12 months.
1 year?
Yes.
And they still deciding on his case?
Yes, he's even out now. He stayed there 12 months and then he came out. So miracles happen. Miracles happen because I'll go to court now. There's a different attorney, office of chief counsel, and the person is saying something completely different. In your mind, you're like, no, this guy, you are going home. Just accept. Now they go pray, family members do whatever they have to do. The next time you go to court, it's something completely different. They are agreeing to terminate the case. You can go home. If you don't know your rights with immigration, you fall into a lot of trouble. What would you do if immigration comes and knocks on your door, comes to your house, comes to your employer's place? Exactly. You don't have to open if you don't want to. There is no rule that you must open, and even if you do open, there is no rule that says that allow them in. I've heard a lot of stories and seen a lot of situations where officers come into your home and go looking around your bedroom. They'll open your closets,
hiding.
Yes, they catch people hiding all the time. But you are not mandated to let them in. It's your privacy, it's your private space, and that will not be used against you. So it's not necessary. If you're at work and immigration comes, that's a private space. Your employer does not have to allow them in unless they have a search warrant. Once they don't have a search warrant, there is no rule that says once the person is an ICE officer, you have to let them in. But if they seek information, you are supposed to provide them the information they seek.
Information like
they come to your employer and they want a list of all the employees that are working here with their social security numbers, you give it to them.
Okay.
But then it's responding to administrative inquiry. But then you don't have to allow them in your space if you don't want to. So if you're an employer and your staff is afraid of being deported, you just have to protect them whilst they are on your premises. An ICE officer can't just come in and pick people up, except if they have a valid arrest warrant.
Okay.
And an arrest warrant to be valid, it has to have the date, the person who they are supposed to arrest, if it's a search warrant, what they are searching, where they are searching, and what they are looking for.
It has to be specific.
Yes, and it has to be signed by the judge. It has to be dated.
Okay.
So there are specific requirements for a warrant to be valid. And then you look at it. If it's valid, you can't flout it. If it's not valid, you can challenge it.
Okay. So whatever, if church and they just come there,
that's also a private property.
Or you can choose not to open and let them.
No, you can choose not to allow them in. It's an open place. They can come in because they go to church.
Yeah.
So they can go to church and worship, but they can't come to church to specifically inspect and pick people who is undocumented. Come here, who is no. If you allow them, yes, why not? They will. They are happy to do it.
Yeah.
But you don't have to allow them. Yes, you have the right to say, hey, no, this is my private property. If you have to search my private property, you need a search warrant. If you don't have a search warrant for the specific things you are searching for, you can come in. Exactly.
Good. I wish you for Jinyami channel. You run it up and a lawyer for contact to you. So be your him say on your lawyer Hankwa, Ghana or office or Sprintex Prudentino. Or you have to Gentino. Watch her not open information be anything. Yeah, she also willing to help you there too.
Yes, so my office here in the US is mainly located in Dallas, Texas. So my address is 2300 Valley View Lane, Suite 520 in Irving, Texas. The zip code is 75062 and the phone number is 214-997-1758, 214-997-1758. My website, you just type my name in Google and then I'll come up, Elisa Kumadey, and then I'll come up in any location specifically. You send us an email on the website or an inquiry on the website, or call us on the phone number I just gave you, and then you can talk to someone. It doesn't matter your location when it's immigration, but if it has to do with family law, then I'm only authorized within the Texas jurisdiction. Exactly. And then I can also do certain things in other jurisdictions depending on your situation. So yes, do well to call us, and we offer free appointments and free consultations just to help people make the right decisions. So you don't always have to have money to be able to make a quick right decision. So you need the opportunity to make a quick decision. You don't have $200, you don't have $150, and you need help. You can call us and just schedule a free phone appointment, and I'll be there to talk to you and I'll help you. If I do not have the answer to your question, I will do well to direct you to the right source where to have answers to your question.
Good. Ebusia and said the diacosi and pitri. Yene lawyer kasa watchroom. There are so many things that you can talk about, but time is not our side. We can't talk about everything. Situations differ. Everybody's case is different. So you call her, she will be able to help you with your situation. Aware then. First, now me say unye do America after 90 days now. Obetimi aware. Sa 90 sakra. Intino we dey wakache onye du ya na nya kanchima bia ade chen ya timi pija no kokose yanko ware men 90 days kra cause say mframa na ebo no e bia na 90 days ne bedu na waso ayehye intino yeda se onya amen na otie aha na emre be me kwan na yedi yankomari yakra mu nyina bye.
Welcome to the Law Office of Elisa Kumadey. Here we help solve problems. I practice mainly immigration law, family law, civil litigation, energy and natural resources. We will help you through your case. Please do well to contact us if you have any issues. We offer free legal services to those who really need legal help. Welcome to the Law Office. You can find us here in Irving, Texas. The address is 2300 Valley View Lane, Suite 520, Irving, Texas 75062. You can also reach us through the phone 214-997-1758. Please do well to call and request for a free consultation, and we'll be here to help you. You can also email us at legal, that is legal, at ekdnet.law. You can also find us on Google by just typing the name, the Law Office of Elisa Kumadey PLLC. You will get our phone number there, email address, and please visit us on our website for much more information. When you call us, we will be there to help you.
My praise is centered on your grace. I don't want to.
Asasiabai, Edruhabia, Afi the 38th of Kwau United of North America, Congress 2025, Basso Ewo Dallas, Texas. Afi die, ye tonsa fre Kwauma, eni Kwawadi Shena. Amwa Quantum, say Meshiasa Busuaba Coin, na yenye ni mom, yankeka yensasi, na yenfa enkoyachi, enkobwa, if you say, Peniaka to say, Kunturi Haya, Nincha Necro, Afi Butaye, that's 1 year, sowing a seed of change, growing a brighter tomorrow. A Jania Kahway, Nina, Yafan of Fami and Sensiwa, and Fanny Jumay, and Manu Payo. As you say, Womunie, ye feed Media as a Friday, August 29th, 2025, Akopim Sunday, August 31st, 2025. Jumadia Womunie, Friday night, Bemaya Huya Huakaba, Nada and Penny for Achre, Nanuachi, Yaye Cowboy Dance. Saturday, Anopano, 9 to 2 p.m., a delegates conference. Saturday night, 8 p.m. to 2 a.m., a dinner dance and fundraising. Utaye see this one say, Yabama Kow, Afan to my pefra. Sunday, a picnic, and Quadazu Chefa Womo, Oba, in Yauba Watri, from a Franny Bra. Yes, baby from Kwama Wania, or bed Joanie de Munina. And Benifobia Quat was say, Abuan and Takra, and a Maniacasia, and a Biasi, and a Humahunusro. It will be a person of Media, and for a brush or so, and I say, you may not say, Ubetima Bedao, Wadi, at Tongue, I'm a Biasa Manzana, Kai, say a 38th Kwau United of North America, 2025 Congress, Ewo, Dallas, Texas, Eho, and Abonibeka say, everything is big. You may be aware there, Ninia, which mean you from Asasia by Yentijai, and Venice, you did not do what I call Hujum, ATB, for Angela Mwako, 512-843-1828, Dr. Yabua, 512-920-9655, Joe Yabua, 817-729-5052, and now Quinsta Asantua, 469-888-9166. Kai say, Eye Okwau United of North America, 38th Delegates Conference. Oh, Kwau Kodiabe as Sasiabai. Get to